What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. I am home now after a quick but amazing trip to LA for my friend Tank's 50th birthday party. If you watched the video yesterday, you saw some of the clips of the party. It was an absolute movie. It was full of actors, entertainers, celebrities, and a lot of people who are the very best in the world at what they do. My friend Tank, in my opinion, is the king of the adult contemporary R&B space. He's been doing it for 25 years. He's been at the top for probably 20 of those 25 years. He's an unbelievable artist. He's a writer. He's written a lot of hits. He's Grammy nominated. He just does what he does consistently at the very highest levels. And so in the video today, I want to talk about kind of an unintended consequence that happened as a result of me going to the party. Something that I didn't have planned to talk about, but that really struck me as I was reflecting back on the weekend. As you know, in the video yesterday, we talked about the importance of building the habit of having fun, intentionally scheduling things, putting things on your calendar just to have fun and enjoy your life. And that's what that trip was all about. And that was one of the intended purposes of that trip, was to have fun, to get out and enjoy my life, and to connect with some old friends, reconnect with some people that I hadn't seen in a while. And as always happens in those situations, make some new friends, add some new people to your circle, and make some new contacts. And I definitely did those things. The unintended consequence, the thing that happened that I wasn't expecting, was being reminded of the power of your circle, how powerful and influential it can be to have your circle full of people who are doing what they do at the very highest level. I've always talked about that concept of surrounding yourself with greatness and how important that can be on your journey from wherever you are to ultimately where you want to go. I tell the story frequently about my rookie year in the NFL, undrafted to the 49ers, no shot to make the team, and realizing that I needed to get better immediately. I needed to get better in a hurry. And just 3 lockers down from me in the locker room was a guy named Terrell Owens, who at the time was probably the best wide receiver in the NFL, and he's now one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. He's in the Hall of Fame. I needed to figure out how to get better immediately, but as we often find ourselves in those situations, we don't know what we don't know. Terrell Owens knew how to be an NFL wide receiver at the very highest level. He knew a lot of things that I didn't know, and he was doing everything that I was doing at a level significantly higher than I was doing it. And so my approach to that situation was to force my way into a friendship with Terrell Owens. In other words, bring Terrell Owens into my circle or force my way into his. And what happened is I immediately started leveling up. I immediately started getting better because I started gleaning things from Terrell that helped me be a better receiver. I started taking little nuggets from him and taking little tools that I saw him deploying and using at different times and adding those to my game. The conversations that we would have about life, success, football, and those things expanded my mind, expanded my horizons, expanded what I thought was possible for me. And throughout my life, I've known the power of that. But I think in the last handful of years, I've not been leaning into that as much. I've dismissed that. You know, I've talked a lot about getting really comfortable with who I am in my life now. I've got a wonderful circle of friends and family and a tight-knit group of people. And I think maybe to some degree I stopped getting into those circles. I stopped seeking out spending time with people that are in some of those circles that are doing what they do at the absolute highest level. And this weekend turned out to be an awesome reminder of that. I was able to have conversations this weekend, obviously with my friend Tank, who's been one of my close friends for 20 years. The way he talked about his career and his success and what was next for him, who he was currently inspired by, what he was trying to pull from people that he looked up to, and how he was implementing that into his new album that's coming out here in a couple months, expanded my mind even further, inspired me to grow and go to higher levels in my business and be better at what I do. I had an opportunity to have some conversations with Jimmy Farris, who I think anybody that hasn't been living under a rock knows who Jamie Foxx is. He's an international superstar. He's one of the best in the world in the comedy game, in the film acting game, and has dipped his toe into music occasionally and been one of the best sellers, having the top selling albums in music, internationally known as an entertainer. Conversations with him about where he's at in his life, what's next for him, expanded my mind, inspired me. And the last guy that I had a brief conversation with was Chris Brown, who, again, if you're into R&B or hip hop or pop music, you know who Chris Brown is. He's quite literally the best in the world right now at what he does. The frequency at which Chris Brown vibrates is tangible. You can feel it when you're in his presence. And we had a brief conversation, and he remembered me from some years back when I'd met him with Tank. Just having that conversation with him and the way he thinks, how he thinks about creating, how he thinks about always trying to outdo his last performance or his last album or his last song that he recorded, inspired me and helped expand me. So this weekend turned out to really check two boxes for me. One was a box that I intended for it to check. I wanted to go down to LA and go to the party and just really have fun, really enjoy myself and remind myself how much I enjoy my life and how great of a life I have. And I also wanted to connect with Tank and some of those old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. And I was able to make some new friends and some new contacts while I was there, and that was important. The unintended consequence, which was so valuable, was that I was reminded of the power of surrounding yourself with greatness, of being in circles full of people that are doing what they do at the very highest level. I walked away inspired. I walked away feeling like I was expanded. I walked away feeling like I was vibrating at a higher frequency. And I'm going into this week and into the rest of this month of January and into the rest of this year thinking just a little bit differently, just a small shift in my perspective. And I've upped what I want to achieve this year. I've upped my expectations of what I can achieve and what I should achieve this year just because I spent time around those people who are the ultimate high achievers, the best in the world at what they do. So the point of the video here today is to encourage you guys to do the same. Not expand your circle just for the sake of expansion, but to get around people who you feel are doing life or something that you're interested in at a level higher than you. If you have access to those people personally, force your way into a friendship with them. Reach out to them. Ask them to go out to coffee. Ask them if you can have a brief conversation. If there are people you don't have access to, read their books, listen to their podcasts, watch the content that they're creating because they're dropping nuggets consistently just in casual conversations on a podcast or in some long form content, or maybe even short form content that you can find on social media. Start to consume what these people are talking about. Ponder their mindset. Think about deeply some of the things that they say. Consider their perspective on success, high performance, longevity, how they got from where they were at one point in life to where they are now. I guarantee you there's some nuggets in there that you can take and implement into your life that'll help you go to that next level, help you expand, and help you go from where you currently are to where you ultimately want to be. So surround yourself with greatness. The power of having a circle full of people who are the best in the world at what they do. It's undeniable and it's valuable. So I'm gonna wrap the video up there. I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far in the video, please give me a like and subscribe. Help me grow the channel. Help me get this content out to more people. And again, if you like this video, I'll be right back tomorrow morning with another video for you. So thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow.